Hi friends, look what I have on my flannel board here. I have a big circle and a medium-sized circle and a small circle. What do you think I'm going to make? If you said a snowman, you might be right. And there's a song that I like to do that goes with it. It goes like this. Here's a new hat for you. Here's a new hat for you. Here's a new hat, Mr. Snowman. Here's a new hat for you. What does he need? Let me think. Well, lots of us might say that he needs this, a nose. And what do you think that nose might be? Is it a carrot? Yeah. Here's a big nose for you. Here's a big nose for you. It's a carrot, Mr. Snowman. Here's a big nose for you. Now, I think he needs 2 blue eyes. Here are 2 eyes for you. Here are 2 eyes for you. 2 blue eyes, Mr. Snowman. Here are 2 eyes for you. Now he needs one more thing on his face. I think he needs a big smile because this snowman is not feeling sad. He is actually feeling happy. Here's a big smile for you. Here's a big smile for you. It's a red smile, Mr. Snowman. Here's a big smile for you. Now his face looks good, but he needs some things here. I think he needs some buttons. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Here are buttons for you. Here are buttons for you. 3 blue buttons, Mr. Snowman. Here are buttons for you. Now he needs arms. And we're going to use sticks for arms. 1 there. And 1 is going to go there. Here are 2 arms for you. Here are 2 arms for you. They are stick arms, Mr. Snowman. Here are 2 arms for you. All right, now on the end of his arms, he has his hands, and he's wearing mittens. Oh, I love these mittens. They have polka dots. Here are mittens for you. Here are mittens for you. They have polka dots, Mr. Snowman. Here are mittens for you. And then we don't want his feet to get cold, do we? So we'll put some boots on him. Here are big boots for you. Here are big boots for you. They are warm boots, Mr. Snowman. Here are big boots for you. Doesn't he look great? But then something happened. It started to get warmer. And do you know what happens to snowman when it gets warm? He melted away. Oh, he melted away. The warm sun was shining. He melted away. And every snowman melts away, don't they? But that's okay, because when you get more snow, you get to make another one. Now, I have a story for you today, and I'm going to move this and move to my big chair and get my book. And this book is called The Snowy Day. I hope we have a nice snowy day sometime. I like it when it snows. So this is called The Snowy Day. This book got a special award because it was so well written. So I like to read it a lot because it's a really good book. There's a little boy, and let's find out what happens to him. His name is Peter. I see lots of snowflakes there. The Snowy Day. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. Look at the tops of the buildings are all covered with snow. That's a wonderful surprise in the morning, isn't it? After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the streets to make a path for walking. Look at all that snow. We don't have that much snow yet, do we? Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out like this. And then he walked with his toes pointing in like this. Do you see the difference? Out and in. And he made tracks in the snow. It's kind of fun to make tracks. Then he dragged his feet and made 2 long lines. He dragged them very slowly. And then he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. And there it is. And he dragged that. I wonder what that was. Think in your mind. What could make that kind of a long line in the snow? Let's turn the page and find out. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Now he's going to hit the tree. Do you think you know what will happen next? Oh my goodness, let's find out. You might be right. Uh-oh, down fell the snow, plop, right on top of his head. That is funny. And then off he went some more. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys who were having a snowball fight. But he knew he wasn't old enough. Not quite yet. Sometimes big kids throw those snowballs really hard, and he didn't want to get hurt. So here's what he did instead. He made a smiling snowman, and he made snow angels. That's a perfect idea. Look how the little point on his hat gives the angel a little pointed head. Then he pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great big tall heaping mountain of snow, and then he slid all the way down. He picked up a handful of snow and another and still another, and he packed it round and firm, and he put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. And then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. When we've been outside in the snow for a while, it gets in our boots, and sometimes our socks get wet or our mittens get wet. And then when you come in, it's nice to get them off, isn't it? And then he did this. He had a bath, and he thought about all of his adventures. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there, and he felt very sad. Now, do you know why the snowball wasn't there? Think about it a minute. Snow is very cold, but what happens to snow when it gets warm? It melts, doesn't it? And that snowball melted right in his pocket inside his warm house. You cannot keep snowballs in the house, except maybe if you put them in the freezer, you could, but not just sitting in your pocket. That won't work. I bet he's tired. See how he's in his bed? While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere, and new snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. Look how big the snowbanks are. There's one here, and there's one here, and they're huge. Those children look very tiny, don't they? Oh my goodness. Well, that was a great book and a great finger play we did. Friends, I hope you have a wonderful day today. Thanks for listening to the story. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.